Hello, my name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com, and welcome to today's recap and look ahead. So it is Wednesday, the day before the big ECB meeting. What is going to happen? Our markets have now been in about 3 to 4 day consolidation, holding higher. The question is it a false sense of security where they're going to do a bull trap and trap everyone who thinks we're holding up well? Or are we going to squeeze one more time ahead of or above Friday's highs and get everyone, rolling up their shorts or covering in some pain for those who think that, there's no way we could see higher prices because of, how far and how fast we came. So it's a battle. But at least today, they gave you a chance, to trade out of a few positions. Because, if you've been following me, I've been trying to be short since Friday. Friday, the jobs report came out. I was like, I'm shorting spiders, 200.40. Within 20 minutes, I was covering 199.40. And then we were shorting 200, and then we were covering 199.30, and then we were shorting again. And then PS yesterday, I covered 198.30s and then put a little bit out after hours. So this morning, the futures were up 8 handles. So again, guys on the VTF were like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to short a little bit pre-morning call and see if I could trade around it. So at least they didn't just gun it and get anyone who was thinking we need to work off the overbought condition, through the highs. They gave you a spot to readjust. And they also gave you a spot that if you were looking to buy into the 8-day or into some support or buy some of the high beta names that were strong, you didn't have to chase. So I guess there's, a good way and bad way to look at today's action, as it was just a really tight range with a little violence. Look at the chart. Here we go. This is the chart of the spiders, okay? So here is, the double bottom, and here's your move all the way to the 200-day. So right here, if you take a look, we could have broke the 8-day, okay? And the 8-day has been pretty much the roadmap ever since breaking above it and holding it here and this red dog reversal here. So I got short a little bit there, covered a little bit, but also went out thinking maybe we get a little bit more. Didn't happen. We gapped up a little bit this morning, but all in all, we had a pretty much inside day. So here is this tight range. So the question is, will this tight range, this new little bull flag, break above and squeeze everyone through, a little bit higher? So if you're playing for that, we might be looking for quarters and half dollars in front of, a Mack truck, but we shall see. Same way if you're getting short there and you think it can't go any higher, there might be another squeeze. Look what happened this time, okay, when, first of all, this double bottom that I talked about, I've been trying to show you guys since, here. Look how once it reclaimed the 8-day, it held the 8-day all the way up till about 211. So, this is probably when most guys said there's no possible way it's going to get through here. None whatsoever. And then it pushed through, held again, and pushed even higher all the way to the top end of the range. So if you're in that camp saying there's no way this could push through, it's already pushed through here, and perhaps there's a bit of a gap to fill. So if you're, in the risky mood, there could be something there, or it might not just even be worth your time. But at this point, it's still above the 8-day, and we've had some consolidation. You have the XLE still acting, pretty well. It's held in there. Oil, had a decent move. All in all, you had a big wide range bar yesterday. It did hold the 8-day moving average also. We'll see, if it hangs in here or not. This was the calculated buy, but, again, if it wants to get up to the 200-day or get up to where it broke down from, it still has, some more room. So again, we're not looking, there's not a heck of a lot of room in here. A lot of people won't even play this type of move because they're like, it's not worth their time, but whatever. If you trade every day, you have to make a living. So anyway, we'll see what happens in here. USO, another strong session. Had a down one yesterday. I was talking about with Annabelle, when we were looking at HKTV, we said perhaps we'll see a little engulfing action, and that's what happened. And, now we're back in that 38 to 42 range. So we'll see what happens here. This is your last, support that was broken, so maybe it gets up to there. Decent move from here also. The Russell took the day off, and high beta tech was kind of strong today, right? In the morning, when the futures and the spiders were selling down, Google was strong, Facebook was strong, Netflix was strong, and they gave you a big push. So we'll see if that means anything. We talked about the ascending channel that, was good for a trade, okay, that wound up holding support here. And now the question is, will it retest this and reclaim it, or will it bounce back and fail? So at this point, though, today it seemed to have some decent strength. So, I did take a little Facebook overnight thinking that, at least if we're down a little bit tomorrow, I could close on the highs, you could perhaps buy it. But, or if we're up, it participates because it went out strong, so we'll see. But all in all, still, tough pattern here. Netflix also, was strong all day. Again, not the best looking patterns at all. These had, pretty big breakdowns. Tried to, this one actually kind of didn't really break this, but it's still a little wishy-washy. I would say tomorrow if it gets through this 98, maybe there's a little extra move there. Google was really strong early on, and it actually, still in this crazy lethargic range. It's not a lot of fun, but there are some trades. If you didn't get caught here, it did hold support, and it's really, this is what we're fishing for in this market. I can't believe it's actually March. You would think there'd be more activity. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. But if you, sold when the breakout failure here at like 800, maybe down here, it's worth a try. It's still hanging around. It's just really not a lot of power, not a lot of continuity. Apple's also, gave you that move, gave you the move above 98, and it actually didn't really fall apart here. It held the 8-day moving average. So if we do have a bounce, maybe this participates a little bit. Someone mentioned Microsoft. What did Microsoft do today? Microsoft, right back into the higher end of the range. Maybe it breaks above this, maybe it doesn't, but shows you that some things are acting a little healthy there. I did get involved in FSLR today, small. Pulled back. There was some options guy flagged, a few hundred contracts, I think, of the 75s bought. Sometimes it's a trap, sometimes it's not, but I figured into this pullback into the moving averages, perhaps it's a decent buy. If you didn't chase it, buy into here. If it were to get above this, some momentum could come back, so maybe it's a swing trade if the market's going to be strong, and it does look like one of the stronger ones, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe the options guy knows something that we don't, but we don't know what they know, so we could play it. What else was moving? Tesla guys were saying was really strong today. It still has the shorts by the Cajonis. What do the Cajonis mean? You could look it up. But anyway, here's the ascending channel, still intact. Here is your new little pivot area with all the resistance above. We'll see what happens. Most guys said, there's no way Facebook is going to get above this spot because Citron says it's going to 100. Well, that was your spot to cover, or even this spot was your spot to cover. Now, there are a lot of guys trapped rolling it up, and we'll see what happens here tomorrow if it goes above that. Some guy, I know Sperl's been watching FIT, had some volume at the end of the day. The stock has been absolutely annihilated from, 50 down to 13. There's a few analyst meetings. Maybe there's something to do here. Some volume came in at the end of the day, but it's still a broken name. I'm in a little bit of that just for S's and G's. What else? Amazon was kind of weak. Didn't really do much today, and that's really it. So here we are. Markets had a big move for 3-4 sessions since the Friday little peak. We've kind of consolidated. We went from 2009 down to 1977, and now we're hovering a little bit below 1990. Is it a false sense of security for a blind side to the downside tomorrow? Maybe. Or are we holding up and we're going to push the envelope for guys who've been rolling up shorts too early or just started up here? So it's kind of a coin toss. I would say I'm leaning a little bit long because obviously I'm long overnight, and I've been short overnight pretty much since Friday. So, to me, I'm leaning a little bit with some of the action that I've seen, and I'm hoping that, we break to the upside for one more move before perhaps running out of gas. And if not, you know what? I'll take the lumps, I'll use my stops, and I'll move on, and we'll figure out what's next. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow morning.